ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Kai Bax and I own a multiple six-figure e-commerce SMMA agency, e-commerce social media marketing agency. And yeah, I've also got this YouTube channel where I literally relay everything that I do in my own agency. That is, as I say, has literally enabled me to scale to multiple six figures with my e-com agency. Everything's tailored to e-commerce, tailored to the e-commerce niche, just because, as I say, that's where I see most success. That's where I have my success. So I don't really talk about local lead gen or anything like that, local businesses, just because I don't do that. Now, in this video, kind of piggybacking off of that intro in terms of this YouTube channel being just me relaying everything that I'm doing in my own agency, that's a really good segue into the topic of this video. So obviously, as you can see from the title, finding unlimited e-commerce SMMA leads, I believe I will be titling in it. So as I say, in this video, I'm going to be going through how my agency, right, Bax Consulting, how we are literally finding unlimited e-commerce SMMA leads, clients, prospects, etc. to either reach out to or they are reaching out to us. Now, for those of you who have kind of followed me for quite a while, you'll know that I leverage both inbound and outbound client attraction methods, client acquisition methods. Really, by leveraging both of them, I'm basically now at the point where I've got unlimited e-commerce SMMA leads, and that's what I'm going to be relaying to you in this video, is exactly how I am doing that. Now, as always, guys, just before we jump into the video, make sure you go ahead, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. It massively helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And as an addition to that, every other day, you get completely free value on how to build your e-commerce social media marketing agency. So I highly recommend that you go ahead and subscribe. So I apologize for that super long intro. Let's just get straight into it. How do I basically have access to unlimited SMMA leads? Well, it's because I am leveraging three variations of client attraction right now, okay? And I'm gonna relay each and every client attraction method. So I highly recommend that you stay to the end and you understand and hear each method, because these are literally very replicable methods that you can do for your own agency. And honestly, if you're in the e-commerce niche, like you will have access to unlimited e-com SMMA clients. Like, I can guarantee you it, because I'm basically telling you exactly what I'm doing in my own agency. So let's get into it. So method number one. Now, this is probably the most common. It's probably what you're going to be expecting. It's probably what you've heard from a few other people. Now, this is outreach. Okay. Now, the way that I go about outreach, slightly different than most. Okay. And there's kind of three subsections that I do want to cover in this section, right? The first things first is that in the Quantum Agency program, if you're in the Quantum Leap Ecomm Agency program, you will be very familiar with the term IPB, right? Initial Perfect Business. Now, this is a business that basically qualifies on everything. And again, if you're in the Quantum Agency program, you know what the qualification processes are. The six-point qualification checklist that you must take each and every e-com SMMA prospect through. Now, an IPB, an Initial Perfect Business, is an e-commerce brand that qualifies on that six-part qualification process. The way that we find unlimited e-commerce SMMA clients with this initial method of outreach is by finding an IPB and then going onto Instagram and going onto the suggestions of that brand, right? Suggestions of that brand, and literally Instagram gives you an entire list of suggestions based on an IPB, based on an Initial Perfect Business. So what that means is that you've now got an entire list. I don't know how many it gives you, but I know it's around 20, 30 maybe. It gives you a whole heap of similar accounts to an already perfect Initial Perfect Business. So when it comes to outreach, this is very powerful, because your lead sourcing, your lead prospecting process becomes very quick, becomes very efficient, and it also becomes very effective, because at the end of the day, you're only ever reaching out to qualified brands, right? You're only ever reaching out to brands that actually qualify on the six-part qualification process if you're in the Quantum Agency program. If you're not, then just whatever qualification process that you have, by doing this method, they qualify. You only ever reach out to brands that qualify, and you find those brands at a very, very efficient rate. And once you dial down that process, at least the way that I and the community go about it, it's a very step-by-step methodical process. And so you can actually outsource that, that part of the process and get somebody else to do that. And because it's so step-by-step, they can literally deliver you daily qualified leads for you to then simply go and reach out to. So it eliminates an entire section. And you'll know that really at the end of the day, the most time consuming process is the lead sourcing, right? Is the lead prospecting and finding the leads. So once you dial down a process that just works time and time again, it's efficient and effective, you can outsource that and you just focus on the outreach, right? So that's the first way. That's how we find literally unlimited clients, through the outreach medium of client acquisition. Okay, now something that I do want to mention is that a lot of the times people do say like, oh, I just continue to find the same brands when I use suggestions. Well, the best way to combat that is to radically change that IPB, right, that I talked about at the start. Radically change that initial perfect business. So if the first IPB that you use is skincare brand, radically change that. So now you want to go to e-bikes, right? I literally, a guy that I follow on Instagram has an e-bike, and it was just the first thing that popped into my head. But you see what I mean? You're radically changing that. And at the end of the day, if an e-com brand is qualified, it doesn't matter what niche they're in. Really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what niche you're in, because if they're qualified, they qualify. You know you can get results. That's the whole point of a qualification process, is that you ensure that brand you can actually generate results for that brand, whether it's a plant brand or whether it's a frying pan brand, right? The point of a qualification process is to ensure that you can get that brand result. So really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what sub niche they're in. So as I say, if your first IPB is skincare, and you feel like you're continuously finding the same, brands through the suggestions tab on Instagram, radically change that to e-bikes, for example. That's how you kind of find unlimited brands, and honestly, guys, when I say you don't run out of brands through this method, like you literally will never run out if you can consistently radically change that IPB. So that's the first thing. And I've got a couple videos on my channel going through that. I think one of my previous videos is literally how to find e-commerce clients. And so literally just go back and watch that, and I kind of show you step by step on how to find e-com brands via that method. So that's how we find unlimited clients for outreach, when we're physically reaching out. And that's the first medium. And now at Bax Consulting, I've actually automated that. I've got somebody on board, another team member. So now actually Bax Consulting is a team of 3, and one team member's role is specifically that. So that's the first way. And remember, as I say, as I've done, you can automate that. Now, the second medium is an inbound medium. And again, if you follow me for any length of time, you will know I'm very, very big on this. And that is building a personal brand on Facebook, okay, where you create posts, you kind of use Facebook groups, right, that are associated to your niche. You use Facebook groups to kind of get eyeballs and people to look at you and know who you are. And then you want to drive that traffic to your website. In this case, your website is your Facebook page, your personal Facebook profile. And you kind of post case studies, you post helpful things, you post all this different type of stuff, and you literally generate inbound leads. And again, guys, remembering this is what I'm doing in my own agency right now. Nobody else is talking about this because they don't want to kind of reveal what they're doing. I'm laying it out all on the table for you. This is what I'm doing right now. Literally after this video is posted, or I've recorded this video and edited it and whatnot, I am literally about to make a couple posts in groups using this second medium, okay? So listen, it's very, very powerful. And so this is another way that you can literally generate inbound leads. And because it's a completely different dynamic, okay? When you're reaching out to people, that's a very different dynamic than generating inbound leads, right? These people are asking you for your services. So you're able to find a whole new range of clients that you wouldn't find otherwise. Because as I say, these different brands are congregating in different areas. The brands that you find on outreach are, they're kind of all on Instagram because we use that method. And that's a very, very powerful method. Don't take anything away from both of these. Whoa. don't take anything away from both of these. But they're just, these types of brands are congregating in different areas. So by implementing on these different methods, outreach, inbound, and the third method that I'm going to get onto, You're hitting different areas from different angles, and this is honestly how you find just unlimited ecom clients. And truly, like, you get different brands, trust me, okay? My highest spending clients have actually been inbound leads. Okay, my highest spending clients have been inbound leads through this second method of, you know, building a personal brand on Facebook, and the third method that I'm going to get onto. I wouldn't have found those if I just focused on outreach. So I'm tapping different audiences is my point. And so this is also how I'm literally finding unlimited ecom clients. Now, the third method, and this is only going to apply to a very small subsection, and I want it to apply to a small subsection because if you're a beginner, if you're just starting out, you don't have that much cash flow with your agency, I do not recommend that you focus on this third method. I recommend that you focus on the first two methods of outreach and inbound through Facebook, and you triple down on those. You generate a healthy client roster, and with that money that you generate, you move on to this third method. The third method being, majority of you probably already guessed it, Facebook advertising for your own agency, driving them to a funnel, and then that funnel kind of churning them out into a discovery call, right? So this is also another method, and this is like the three kind of pronged approach that I'm kind of taking right now with my agency, and I'm hitting different audiences, tapping different audiences from different approaches. Put it this way, where I'm at in my agency right now, I am not thinking about where to find ecom brands. I'm not thinking about that. What I'm thinking about right now is signing higher ticket clients and signing, for lack of better words, just dope businesses at the end of the day, right? Lack of better words, just signing really cool clients, really cool brands. Me thinking about where to find e-commerce brands right now, that's not even a thought process that crosses my mind. And that's because I've got this three-pronged approach. But again, as I say, this Facebook ads, like, I don't recommend probably 90% of you guys to do it, right? Because it just doesn't make sense for you at the point that you're at. So just focus on these two methods. And guys, like, trust me, I built my agency to multiple six figures by focusing on outreach and inbound. Those first two methods that I talked about, I built my agency to multiple six figures off the back of those two things. So don't think that, like, oh, because you're starting out, you can't run Facebook ads, you can't build your agency. Like, I am now, like, last month I did around $33,000 profit, and I'm only now at this point focusing on ads moving forward, and I'm putting money into ads, right? So trust me, don't think that, you need ads to build an agency, because you really don't. So I know I was rambling, but I hope this video gave you some good ideas and a good understanding of exactly how I'm building my agency moving forward. Like, I'm literally building my agency off the back of these three methods. And up until this point, up until literally about a month ago, I built my agency to multiple six figures off the back of the first two methods, which for majority of you out there, I recommend you do. And if you're wanting to know more about the third method of running ads for your own agency and whatnot, hit me up on Instagram. I'm more than happy to kind of delve into it a bit more. I'm not going to do any YouTube videos about it just because I know it's not going to help majority of you. And I really want my content to help as many people as possible. And I know if I, build out some Facebook advertising YouTube videos for your own agency, it's not going to help that many of you, because not that many of you are going to be able to do it, right? So if you are wanting to know more about that, message me directly. More than happy to kind of open up and kind of show you what I'm doing behind closed doors. But yeah, guys, as I say, at the end of the day, those three methods are exactly how I'm building my agency, and those three methods are literally enabling me to never have to worry about where to find e-commerce clients, right? Basically, the point I'm at now, I am able to find unlimited e-commerce SMMA clients. And as I say, tying back in with what I said previously, focus on those first two methods, outreach, doing what I mentioned in terms of that lead sourcing technique, and Facebook, building your personal brand on Facebook, leveraging kind of inbound leads and doing the posts and whatnot. You will literally not have to worry about finding e-commerce clients. You will find unlimited e-commerce clients. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you're wanting to know how to get your first or your next e-commerce SMMA client, and you really want to understand exactly how I scaled my e-commerce agency to six figures, click the first link in the description. It's going to take you to a free training. It's around 60 minutes. And I highly recommend that you go and watch it. People have gone through that free training and literally said to me that it's more valuable than like 90%, 95% of the programs that they've bought just from that 60-minute free training. So highly recommend you go and watch that. I really do believe that it's going to help you get your first or your next e-commerce SMMA client, and it's going to help you scale your agency to 6 figures and then multiple 6 figures. So guys, I will see you over inside of the free training. Top of all of that, I will see you in the next video.